Hello and welcome to another video with my Audi R8 that I'm modifying here in my garage in Abu Dhabi, putting some turbos on, home-built turbo kit and modifications here. In this video and probably another one, there will be some random videos I have been taking about the car when I've been working with it from time to time. To be sure to get my dimensions correct for my turbo adapter here, I printed this one. I have the flange for the wastegate and for the turbo, and to save some money I did cut off just the flange from the exhaust system. I'm gonna scrap the stock exhaust anyway. Now it's possible to build and get the direct dimensions. This is the oil pressure line going to an T here and to the turbos. I'm working on the oil returns here, and it's possible to do this in several ways. I don't know what is the best one. I think the one I'm gonna do is the best one. I know some people are running these returns directly to the oil tank. Also, some people are using a tank to take the return and then a pump going to the oil tank. That is possible, but it's a little bit more complex system. I'm gonna do the same as I did on my Gallardo. I'm gonna put it into the inlet of the dry sump pump. On the Gallardo, it was a very nice big drain plug on the inlet pump that had a suction there I could use. On this one there's only a couple of small ones. It's one over there, so I don't really like it. Actually here, so almost looking like it could be a return for oil pump. But I have never taken these pieces out, so I could not investigate how it's looking behind here. Would be interesting to remove this, but I have seen that the company like AMS put the oil return in here, so I will actually drill and tap an oil return into this. A little bit scared to get some material into the oil pump, but I will use the vacuum. Hopefully it will go good. But drained all the oil for several months, but still some oil in there. About to enter Dubai here, seeing some nice cars already, so difference between Abu Dhabi and here, and I'm gonna pick up some parts. Slow runner here. Yeah, really happy for the parts I'm gonna pick up now. So this is my intake manifold, and yeah, beautiful machine. I was opting to have this raw aluminum, very lightweight for being a billet piece. Yeah, very good machining, and we can see these trumpets, the carbon fiber ones. I hope the sound is good. And if you have a sound, maybe you can hear cat. It's Chelsea. I can hear you, Chelsea. Yeah. She or he. That's why I called him Chelsea, because I'm not sure if it's male or female. After petting him outside here. Chelsea is coming every day, aren't you? Yeah. But to be a stray cat, it's very nice one, and fat also. Yeah, not lack of food on this one. It's many pieces of this intake manifold. It's upper plenums, lower plenums. We have the lower intake runners and the upper intake runners. This one will also have room for the direct injectors, and these ones have the room for the port injectors. Very nice fuel rail there as well. It's a big flange. This is something I really don't like on
intake manifolds, custom made. Sometimes the flange is very, very beefy, but if you look on the inside, it's milled out here. So as much material as possible is removed to make this as lightweight as possible. Everything is O-ringed, and here is a step, so it will go into this one. And one of the nicest things, if we turn it around, you can see that the bell mouth trumpets, very nice. They are glued inside there. So happy about it. Here we have the O-ring. Have to cut this to the correct length. I think also maybe is this for additional injectors or nitrous maybe? No, I think additional injectors. And also this one is the carbon fiber piece that goes in the middle here. Alrighty, time to install some of these intake pieces, and I have put some O-rings here. This is the lower intake going to the head, so we take this one. And to compare, this is the stock one. It's the plastic one, has the rubber pieces there, and if I remove the covers you can see the intake. Some of the other ones, they still use these plastic lower ones and the billet upper ones. It's a little bit problem with this seal here, so I think they put aluminum around here to, it's not like an O-ring, it's more like in seal here, so they make it like that. The positive thing about that is that this is maybe an isolator for heat, so it will not heat up the intake manifold as much. I'm using the billet one. I think it's not a big problem. So already fitted this left-hand bank here, and now I will fit the right-hand one. I don't know if it's possible to see, but the heads are machined, and when you can see here, it's the small edges here between the head and the port. So I already looking forward for the day I'm gonna remove this engine out of the car and do everything, blueprinting, port matching and everything. I'm sure that it will make good power with these modifications, but all the small things you always want to make better. Here is the Motec kit I just bought, very expensive one, but very good hopefully. And yeah, I know this is good. M142 ECU, and it's not one ECU, it's actually two of these ECUs here. And these can control direct injection. It's 10 direct injectors in this car and 10 normal injectors in the runners there. So two ECUs, and then we have a kit here. Let's see this a little bit unboxing. What's inside? With the book, it is some wires. I will take this up and see. We have the connectors for the ECUs here. For example, I see many of them. I think it's meant this one should be in the engine bay. I try to see if I can get them into the car instead. I think that is better. Yeah, a lot of adapter wires, and then I think it is two of these adapters here. Let's see. Oh, some screws, and yeah, Huracan, Lamborghini Huracan. Or Huracan. So here we have the ECU. It's the Motec one, the magnesium case. Pretty small one. I have the Motec in my Gallardo. So I'm very happy to use these units once again in this build. And for this car, or actually I think it's for the Lamborghini Huracan, they have a plug-and-play kit with this adapter box here. And because many things is the same, ECUs are the same, this kit also fits the Audi R8. Here they are bolted together, and I will do the same thing here. This will slide into the position of the original ECU. Also we have some additional sensors over here going in. I actually installed the ECUs here upside down, so I am redoing it right now. So it will go in like this. In this car it's actually two ECUs, one master and one slave. For the normal tuning like fuel and ignition everything, I'm just tuning one of them. through the Ethernet connector, and the both of them change. Also in this adapter box, it's just not an adapter box, it's some electronics in this. So the Lambda controllers are built in here because Motec doesn't have one built in, but in here they are, and maybe something else. I don't know all the details of this yet, so yeah, it will be very interesting to put them in the car and start investigating and yeah, do some research. Carbon fiber and aluminum. Some important steps to modify a natural aspirated engine as this to turbo is to take out some oil pressure. I have this fitting here in front of the oil filter, and yeah, I'm taking the oil pressure out there. It was a plug there. And yeah, I know some people is taking out the oil pressure sensor here, down here. That one is an alternative as well. So this one is going back, and I will have a T-fitting going to the turbos. Another important thing is all of the vacuum lines, that when boosting an engine, you cannot put pressure into the vacuum line. So you need to put some, yeah, like this, check valves. So I am putting some check valves in all of the vacuum lines that I use. Some vacuum I will remove and some modify. For example, this one looking a bit special. This is the vacuum for the brake booster. It's one pipe, it's this one actually, going here to the side of the car and to the front. And it is actually a vacuum pump in front of the car. So I thought it was not needed vacuum from the engine, but yeah, sure it is. These two are from the original plenum, left and right, so it will take from both plenums, and it also has a valve here that from before the throttle body. And this one, many plug them, I know, when they do turbos. It's possible to run a line from this one, for example, to before the turbo. So you can have a small pipe here before the air filter where you connect things that needs vacuum there. But I think I will block this off and only use the vacuum from the plenums. And yeah, maybe it would be interesting to see if I can remove this all the way and just use the vacuum pump that is in front here. It's this pump here with an map sensor here actually that keeps control of the vacuum. But of course, when driving this one without boost, it's better and more efficient to use the vacuum from the engine. And also I'm thinking just a drag car, maybe not needed, but if you're driving on the track and brakes a lot, it's good with some more vacuum maybe to the brake booster. So yeah, I'm not showing all of the plumbing. As you can see, there is some stock, there is some modified, but the main thing is put a check valve wherever there could be a boost into the vacuum lines. I've just drained the front diff oil for the ring and pinion, and after cleaning the magnetic here, the plug, there were some very small pieces, but it also was this one. Looks very much like a piece of the pinion. Yeah, so maybe that's the price of buying the world's cheapest Audi R8. And do you think I would drive this car with the chips out of the front diff, or should I take it out and replace it? I did some refresh, repainted the grills, the front and the one side skirt. Maybe I was planning to paint the whole car, but yeah, we'll open these ones up and see how it looks. If you remember, it was a lot of stone chips here in the hood also, so yeah, newly fresh painted. Would have been nice to change the color of the car, but I don't really have the time for it now. Also, the headlights here, it was a lot of stone chips in them as well, so I sanded them down and they're newly polished here. The control unit for the four-wheel drive, or the Haldex, the front diff with the clutch inside, is this Borg-Warner one Haldex, but I'm going to replace it to this one. Cybex have made a controller for the Huracan and for the R8. So with this I can make custom maps on how the four-wheel drive works. I can wire in a switch for burnout mode, so it's only rear-wheel drive for drag racing, for example, or if you want to play around with just the rear wheels. And Also potentiometer, so you can choose some different maps, how much front wheel drive you want to have. So that's a smart thing. It's a bolt in there with the same connectors and fittings, everything. I'll just put an USB here and into the car, so I can control it from inside the car. Do you think it looks messy right now with all the wires here? Yeah, that's because I am removing the original Audi fuse and relay boxes. So I'm gonna put the PDM in almost the same place. I think a little bit more up and a little bit more on the side, so you will not see it so much. One thing that I do sometimes when I feel a bit tired to do something technical, I just shave off some of this extra sealer that they have on the chassis. It's a little bit weight saving, not much at all I think, but it will be a little bit smoother underside for aerodynamic reasons. And yeah, inside here I have shaved off some and I put some new red paint on it. Yeah, will not do that much, but it's good for my mind. I feel like I'm doing something better for the car and doesn't have to use my brain, so a little bit satisfying. Not show finish, as you can see. And here actually you can see an subwoofer and speaker. It's a little bit strange because this one is going out of the car. I think maybe they are using this wheel well as a subwoofer box, so what do they say, resonator. When I showed this on Instagram, I got many people telling me many different things, why this is like an active noise to cancelling road noise or some other ideas. I actually don't know exactly why it is like that, but yeah, here you can see the speaker on the inside going out there. Pretty big one for this small car. So if you really know, please comment why this speaker is going out of the car. Never seen that before in any car.
Thanks for watching this video, and there will soon be another part with my modifications here in Abu Dhabi.